very strong position here. We've seen them handily pick up some rounds on the CT side in previous matchups here on Mirage. And again, that was another thing, you know, the struggles for CLG that they had in the opening rounds. And again, you heard it from Westerman himself, not a single map picked up in this entire tournament by NA versus EU. It only came once they actually played against other North American teams. So a big struggle there for the North American side. And here we go with the opening pick, though. Pronax is going to be able to find tabseN down in the underpass. It does look like the bomb might be looking to work its way towards the B bomb site, and that's going to be on Pronax here. Let's see if he can line any more shots up. He's popping away here, but he's not going to be able to get it done. LAN is going to be able to return, as well as Chris J onto flushes, so that B bomb site is now open for business. That bomb does get planted, and Chris J, he's been playing extraordinarily well in this tournament so far. He's going to be able to find another one on olofmeister. He's pushing in towards Kitchen, and they're setting up for this trade, and that is a beautiful job from Mousesports, and the last man standing is going to be JW over here trying to take care of Gabi, but Gabi's going to get the better of him. Now the HP is very low for Mouz, but they get it done with a three-man stand in the pistol round.
Yeah, you said it, and Fnatic had, you know, put themselves in great opportunity, good read. They had players in the correct positioning, just couldn't finish off those kills, and like you said, the HPs were so incredibly low on the side of Mousesports, so a great take from that, even being a man down, losing a player to Pronax on Catwalk pretty early on. They're still bullying their way into that B bomb site, and as we've seen them do all tournament, heavy emphasis on SMGs, 4 players with the MP7s and the MAC-10s.
And it's just going to be a bum rush to the A bomb site. Look at this. Krim's going to open things up. We've got olofmeister in here with the CZ. He's going to be able to find another one and a second one. This push is just getting annihilated. Not a single kill for Mouz. Finally, tabseN gets one on the tally. He goes down immediately to JW. So horrible round there for Mousesports. They just ran into the grinder.
Yeah, not only that, but they ran up and in that choke point, Fnatic, a couple members, one in the bomb site, one underneath balcony, taking that fight at the same time with both of those players. So just keeping Mousesports funneled into that small choke point. They couldn't get out, especially without any of the entry frags going their way. So great job by Fnatic. They steal it back. That's going to give them a second round, and it's going to force Mousesports onto a little bit of an eco. Not even any smokes. We saw them. They had a great save strategy yesterday with some clever smokes over towards B and the B catwalk from those tunnels. And this round they're not going to invest into it. JW drops one with the scout.
Yeah, and that's actually over there by the jungle and/or window room. So that's going to be the opening pick going the way of Fnatic. And again, it's going to be a bit of a buy up here. They did pick up some pistols here on the Mouz side, so we're going to see if they can get anything done. But look at this aggression from Pronax. Oh, through the smoke. Nico, nice shot from him. The young buck able to get it done, but that nade from Flusha just does a serious amount, and he follows it up with the firebomb. Still looking for at least one pick. tabseN, he does get one. That's going to be Flusha down and out. He's got to compete with JW here around the corner. He's got 38 points of health, so one deagle bullet might actually do it. Oh man, he hits him through the box. Still looking for it, but Krims bails out. JW survives with 14 HP, and that will be another round on the board for Fnatic.
Right, up 2-1, and that's a couple rounds now. Pronax over at B getting a little bit beat up early on, and you know he's gonna fix those before the gun rounds come into play. It's gonna be another save round here for Mousesports, waiting for that 4th round. They're going to be buying up the Tech 9s, the P250s, and now we see some smokes. Just one, and we saw some flashbangs. The smoke's already used, though, over towards middle. It's going to be at the base of Catwalk, so all up to how Mousesports wants to play this from here, trying to gain a little bit of map control and get close and aggressive on Connector. It looks like a pop flash is going to come in, and that's where 3 members from Mousesports are going to rush up into.
And look at this, JW has worked his way around the window room. Oh, misses the scout shot, but he's got the Tech 9 to follow up. Flusha, Krims, and olofmeister all getting in on the action this round. And there goes the scout because the AWP should be coming out now. And there it is. Scary for Mouz now.
Well, and interesting as well, Chris J really wants a sniper rifle in his hands. He doesn't pick up the AWP, doesn't go glass cannon, but he does pick up a scout. So having some confidence and even using that, and that's going to be tough against JW, who has that off, and he gets so very aggressive with it, and also he can change up his position. You know, so many different spots. He can go over towards A ramp. It looks like that's where he's picking at the moment. And he can transfer over towards mid, but Flusha spots him, doesn't do too much damage, but a nice nade. He's going to deal a lot to tabseN, so weakening up the offense here. Pronax chimes in with one.
Yeah, and again, you know, Flusha, it looks like he's been spending a little time doing some KZing the way that he got up there through the window room and everything. But we do see Nico and LAN trying to make a bid for this A bomb site. JW, oh my goodness, he is absolutely having none of that right now. Gabi now going to be your last man standing over here in the connector. And this is just a tall order for him right here in this 3v1. And JW right around the corner. He's honed in on his position, knows that he's there. But Flush is going to finish it off. 4-1 now for Fnatic, and they are looking unrelenting.
Yeah, definitely just crush that attack.
I think we're actually listening into. Sounds like, is that Mouz?
I believe so.
Yeah. Not really sure. We didn't really get a forewarning on if we were going to listen in on anybody, but there you go. I guess that was what it was going to be. I assume they could hear that on the stream. I'm not 100% certain, but there you go. So maybe next time they can give us a little bit more of a forewarning. But Flusha going to open things up. He actually goes aggressive here in mid and falls back on out. So that was an opening pick over towards the A bomb site. And again, JW going to be able to find two. He's finally dispatched by Chris J's Tech 9, and Krim's trying to get it done. He's going to find some decent damage, but Chris J just pushing on through into CT. He picks up the AWP. He's got one to beat around the corner. Not going to be able to get it done. Flusha in with that one, but they do get the bomb play, and that's the important thing here on this eco round is they put that extra money in the bank. They picked up one frag, but that's okay because Fnatic's going to salvage that AWP anyway, but that bomb plant's going to enable them to probably get that off in Chris J's hands this time.
Right, especially combine that with the losing bonus that it does. It propels their economy up huge. Chris J is 7,800, so he'll be able to afford whatever he wants, whatever he chooses to buy. And against Virtus Pro, sometimes when they got stuck on their offensive side, it was his AWP that was dealing some damage. He took it into Palace a couple rounds, able to get some picks from there, able to cut off some rotations from there. And Mousesports put him in a position where he could be successful with it. So going forward, it does look like he's going to head over towards B or mid. So changing things up a little bit here. They've had some of these A pinches on these bomb sites that have been shut down. You know, that second round eco where they just got stuck up there in that first gun run where they tried to come up connector as well. They're doing a great job of just taking these battles and these choke points and not letting the numbers of the terrorists really overwhelm them in any way.
Oh, and Olafmeister getting aggressive down here in underpass. He's got 3 terrorists up there above. Let's see if he bides his time and plays this the right way. Of course, it's Olafmeister. He's pretty ridiculously good at this game, so. Krims, though, is going to be able to find Legia. I believe that's actually over the A bomb site. Maybe a little bit of a bait and switch from them. Trying to pull some sort of a rotation, but look at this. Tabson stalwart up here on the top of the stairs, and Olafmeister not giving an inch. There's the push. Tabson actually moves his position. That's so unfortunate, but Nico's going on down. He wants to try to trade this one out, and he is going to be able to pick up that kill onto Olafmeister. So all that waiting for naught, it was so anticlimactic.
Right, but that's okay. They've got this down to a 4-on-4, and you look at the defense for Fnatic a little bit. It's grouped up over towards B. 2 players over there. One in window can be a very quick rotate. It's only 1 player at A at the moment, so JW with this op, he's going to be able to bail him out. Pronax, and they've got one more inside the bomb site. That's Flusha, and that's a great setup for them, and we've seen these positions work out in the bait and switch, and Flusha dealing the damage, getting 1 kill, brings 1 down to red, but no one's actually ran into Pronax, so he swings out and he grabs it. But he gets picked off by Chris J, who's left in this 1-on-3 here.
Yeah, and a tall order again for Chris J. Only 14 seconds and still sitting in the backside. Nice shot onto Flusha. Can he get the one on JW? He spots him around the corner. Gonna go ahead and push on in. Misses the no-scope by just a couple of pixels, and JW is going to punish him for it. So 6-1 now is going to be your scoreline, in Fnatic off and rolling in this matchup.
Yeah, fantastic read, and Pronox and Flusha playing that perfectly. So much damage dealt before they can even get out on the bomb site, and that's the tough part. Just not a lot of success. They're at the full losing bonus here, but they're not getting a lot of these bomb plants going forward. So still able to buy, and now they're going to bring this bomb over towards A. They're going to send a lot of players into these into middle and into the B halls to go into the underpass. They're going to smoke out window. And it looks like they want to do a pretty fast, pretty aggressive hit onto this A bomb site, but you can see there's a lean from the defense kind of over towards this A site. Still 3 players controlling mid for Fnatic. So if they're able to take out Gabi and Tabson here, that would be huge. Just destroy 1 prong of this attack.
And that's a good nade, but Nico and Gabi are going to be able to find Olafmeister and Krims, and Pronax on Catwalk is going to try to deny them for a little while longer. They still have Flusha rotating around through CT spawn to try to hold off this push. JW again with the CV75, and Pronax not able to get it done. Chris J's going to pick up the double himself. And that is going to be a good looking round here so far for the Mousesports side. Nico over here in Sandwich and Legia at Firebox. This is going to be a very tall order for Flusha because Chris J's also down at the connector stairs. So a great crossfire for everybody from Mousesports, and that Molotov is basically going to seal the... Oh, nope, fizzled. That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate, but nothing really left for Flusha to do. He's going to maybe just try and get one or 2 kills as they try and exit the bomb site, not actually try and go for this. So he jumps up on the box, up onto the phone booth. He does a little bit of damage, and they finally takes him out. Nico's going to flank him out into CT spawn, though. Doesn't want him to save that gun, but the bomb's going to do the job anyways. So Nico sees the body flying away and knows he can just relax. And that was a nice round by Mousesports. They saw all the pressure from their members, and middle were taking so much fire from different angles. They knew there were 2 to 3 players there, and they let the players over at the A ramp really initiate that attack where the defense was far weaker for Fnatic.
All right, so again, they put the AWP in the hands of Chris J. JW again on the other side, going to be picking up the big green as well. He's sitting at 10-3 right now. 11-4 for Flushes. So Flush is stepping up when he needs to. That's a name we haven't really said that much about him ever since that we only kind of talked about that flick shot that he had on Inferno. We were actually watching that. Somebody had that on YouTube earlier this morning, which was really cool to see. Tabson, though, is going to be able to find first blood here. And they're going to smartly fall back from the underpass because they know Pronax likes to pre-nade, or Flusha likes to pre-nade down, and they're going to make a bid for this B bomb site. And this is all going to be on Pronax. He's going to be able to drop a flashbang out around the corner. Nico's going to be able to find Flusha, so this B bomb site is getting opened up, and it's getting opened up quick. It's all on Pronax to try to hold on to things here. He's got one more to beat. Not going to be able to get it done, but there is a quick flank coming out from the B halls. That's in the form of Crims. It's a 2-on-4. That bomb yet to go down. It finally is planted. Oh, man, look at this play from Crims.
Yeah, he's got to have an impact.
No idea that he's there. Chris J down. Tabson down. It's all on Legia here on Catwalk. It is planted for him. He's got his work cut out for him now. What a play from Crims.
Yeah, masterful, and that's what he's so good at. But the bomb is still planted for Catwalk, so Legia's got a shot, but Crims chimes in again. So a beautiful flank from him. Even in such a dire 2-on-4 situation, he finds a way to be effective. Olofmeister being very patient, waiting for that flank to come to fruition, and they annihilate the defense on that retake. So Mousesports not able to string a couple together. It's going to reset the economy, although Nico and Chris J have a good amount of bank built up. They're going to be able to drop some Tech 9, some pistols for their teammates, but it is going to be a save round.
And one of the things we always kind of talk about is that information gathering that these players do as they push up in these rounds and get aggressive, and that's exactly what Crims did last round. He was able to push up, spot out that there was nobody. I believe he actually pushed all the way from the A bomb site and went all the way through terrorist spawn to make that quick flank in towards the B halls. And gathering all that information, he's going, all right, guys, well, I'm just going to go right around behind these guys and backstab them, and that's exactly what he did. And what a great play from him, man. The patience as well.
Here comes that B execute here on the eco round. So they throw their smokes out. Now Pronax is stuck behind it. He's going to feel a little bit safe. Flusha does some damage now. 3 kills from him, including a Molotov. So great defense from Flusha, really helping out Pronax. Gabi's holding the angle, but Flusha swings out, grabs that one. That's a 4-kill. Can't get the ace. Chris J ends it. But he's still got so much to deal with, and all the time that it took for them to get out anyways. The rotations come over and gets shut down, so no bomb plan on that eco round. And they're going to be buying here. They do have a good amount of money going forward.
They do, and Flusha is sitting at 15-4-6 right now. Olofmeister at 5-4 and Pronax at 5-5. They just really haven't had to do much.
Actually, they're just Tech 9ing and armoring here. So what that tells me is they're not having a lot of success on their T side. So they're going to take this round and not necessarily throwing it away because they do have a great investment into it, but they want to have a very comfortable buy with AK-47s, getting AWP in Chris J's hands in the next round.
See if he can't open something up for him, because I believe he is actually their top fragger. Yeah, sitting at 8-8. So he's not doing too bad for his squad. It's just the rest of them off to a little bit of a slow start. Legia and Gabi. You know, Legia, he's been kind of their rock sometimes, that lurk role that he plays. You can see him up here in Palace by himself. The rest of them are going to go ahead and push out, and they've got one over by stairs to try to compete with. That's Crims. JW's in the smoke there, working his way around triple. This is a good play from JW. Olofmeister and Pronax, though, are going to be able to pick up a couple. They might get that bomb down, and they do, and JW falls in the long run there. Olofmeister and Pronax going to clean that up. I thought JW was going to be able to pick off one, maybe 2 players in that smoke, but not able to get it done at the beginning of that round, and that is going to be a plant for Mousesports, so a successful eco round again.
Yeah, definitely. And now this is the round that they're looking forward to. They got that plant, they got the extra money, and this is going to be the full buy from everyone. Full utility, full armor, full nades, AK-47s. Chris J is more than likely going to pick up that AWP, and I'd like to see him this time go into Palace with it, because against Virtus Pro, that's where he found his success. He had a couple 2-kill, 3-kill rounds from there with the op, peeking out, you know, supporting on executions. But instead, he's coming over towards these B halls. And maybe try and just grab the angle quick and maybe look to see if any of these Fnatic players are going to be jump spotting it whatsoever. But he does just hold a crack, actually, and this could be huge. It is.
Yeah.
JW goes for the aggressive play. Chris J's prepared for it. Puts them in a man advantage.
Well, the best part about that is with JW being such a mobile AWPer, you never really know where he's going to be on the map. He's been picking towards mid. He's been picking towards the A ramp. And this time he opts to go towards B, and it is the wrong gamble to make this time. Chris J over there lines it up and lays him out. And that will be the early man advantage here for Mousesports. So we'll see if they can capitalize on that now, because they really haven't been in this position too much in this matchup. It's been all Fnatic the entire time, getting the opening picks you know, and they really haven't had that kind of early game. All right, we've got the pick. Let's spread out their defenses and see if we can't work something, because look at this. That B bomb site is basically open for free right now for the Mousesports side, because Pronax is pushed all the way down into the bottom side of mid, but 3 terrorists are about to come make this push. And this is going to be very, very scary for Pronax, who's down there in mid. Oh, Chris J misses the shot. Pronax down in the underpass. Now he's going to go ahead and go for the peak, and he wins the battle against Chris J. Pronax does eventually fall, but it is going to be a B split. Olafmeister already on this rotation. Let's see if he can make anything happen. That's an unfortunate bounce, but it catches Tabson somehow. And look at this. He's just working around the site. They have 18 seconds. He drops the bomb carrier, and Flusha gets one as well, and now it's all on Nico in a 2 versus 1. And Flusha from Cat gets it done. A round I thought Mousesports had in the bag.
Yeah, but Fnatic is so good on these rounds, you know, even down a player early on in a 4-on-5, but also Pronax being fortunate he doesn't get picked off there by Chris J, so those misses actually turn out to be crucial. But they're so good at, you know, situations where you see they seemingly have this massive disadvantage in how they're positioned in the round, and they work these rotates. In that round, it's Olafmeister coming out of kitchen with that flashbang, blinds an opponent, and then he keeps the battle up. He keeps that presence, and he just stays alive. He's not committing to fights until he has one he wants. Ends up getting a second kill, and that allows the rotations for the rest of the Fnatic players. So great communication from all of them, knowing that they're, you know, coming in on that flank, and Olafmeister is just stalling it out for him.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's like, just like we said, Fnatic, there's a reason they're the top team in the world. And this is showing exactly why that is. Their ability to retake these bomb sites, the communication between the players, you know. They were so spread out on the CT side. They had one that was flanking all the way from Catwalk, that was Flusha, and they had Olafmeister who bombarded into the site, but he bought enough time for Flusha to get that rotation and drew so much attention towards himself that Flusha was able to just shoot a couple of them in the back and win the round. And that's exactly what they do so well, is the frag trading, all the refrags that they get, and their communication is just top notch. And you know, we talk about it, and you know, people probably get sick and tired of hearing everybody praise Fnatic, but there's a reason why they're the best team in the world right now.
Well, it's their mid control. They use mid on this map, you know, perhaps better than many other teams. You know, Virtus Pro's up there as well, but they use it in such a way that they can hold it, they can be aggressive in that area, and they use, like you said earlier, information gathering. You learn so much by how an opposing team is playing in middle, and if, you know, as a defensive team, if you don't see anyone in middle ever, I mean, it's going to start opening up those big flanks from the B bomb site, pushing up mid and wrapping around towards A, that we see so frequently on this map. And Fnatic is really just masters at it. And here, this tactical pause from Mousesports is going to end. So came up with a game plan, and now they've just got to execute it. And that's the tough part, because against Virtus Pro, they had these great setups, they had these great reads, and came in so prepared, and Virtus Pro was still able to overcome all that. And it's looking very similar here against Fnatic.
And one of the things, like you said, is with their pushes up through mid, they'll send 2 guys up there, but that's because their trading ability is so good on the Fnatic side that they're most likely going to win that battle. And that's one of the things that, you know, gathering that information. But if the battle does happen to come there, they're so good at trading that they'll come out on top no matter what anyway. And there you go. Olafmeister's actually going to find the first 2. And again, we're talking about that mid aggression. He dropped down out of window room into the underpass and was able to find the first 2 frags. And there you go. They're going to finish it off. Flusha with another double this round. He's at 19-6.
Yeah, he's actually quietly having a fantastic game. Just, you know, it seems like he's just slowly racking up these frags.
Yeah,
double
a couple kills here and there, yeah.
Right, but at the top for him, like you said, 19 total. On the other hand, it's Chris J, who's still at the top for his team at 9-11, and Mousesports has got to get something going. I mean, they haven't been able to string these rounds together. Fnatic's done a great job of punishing their economy. Whenever they win a round, Fnatic wins the next one immediately afterwards, so not able to get any momentum and not able to have any, you know, they're forced to save so often just to get these great buys. And here's this mid push. They're only going to have God B to deal with here. He's down on the left of the ramp, and it's all up to Crims to check this spot. He's in the doorway. It could be sneaking. I believe Godby heard some footsteps, but Crims isn't going to move any farther. He's just, there he goes. He does move farther. He doesn't check the corner. Godby takes him out. One more to deal with. JW with the op, has the angle on him. And you could see this mid push from Fnatic. 3 members watching all their backs. Finally, Chris J with that op is going to clear out the A site.
And that's the trades that we're talking about. There you go. Chris J with a fantastic shot onto JW as that smoke blooms, and he's going to go straight down into CT spawn. Oh, no, just misses. He's not having any luck getting the kills onto Pronax. That is so unfortunate. And Flusha over here by the stairs is going to be peeking out, trying to find somebody. It's a 3-on-2. Not yet to get planted. Leggy is going to be able to find one, but Pronax finds the double. Nico finishes him off in an expensive round there. But look at this. This is the interesting thing to look at is that's only Mousesports' second gun round victory the entire time. They won the pistol round and got ecoed immediately afterwards. So they have been having a horrible terrorist side half here. And one of the things that we've been talking about is how strong their T sides have been in this tournament. So for Fnatic to just completely annihilate them here on their terrorist side is just a statement. They're trying to just, you know, we're in the lower bracket, but we're going to make it all the way.
Right, and Fnatic, this shutdown defense, they came ready to play this morning, and not a whole lot that Mouz has been able to find success in, and Crims is going to be guarding this the connector like we always see him do. He's a master at it. He's so very good. Taps in, gets a Molotov thrown in at him. He also gets sprayed down by Meister, and Nico with the trade, but Flusha brings Fnatic out on top once again. Yeah, but Crims is about to get overwhelmed over here by the stairs. Gabi and Connector is going to be able to connect with a shot onto Flusha, and they are going to smoke up here, but JW finds him. So now they've only got to worry about these two players in the A bomb site, and that's going to be Nico, who misses the jump on towards the stairway, but he's going to get a nice shot onto JW. And this is looking really good for Mousesports right now. That nade comes out. That flashbang was perfect. Nico gets it done. Pronax down and out in 11-4. So they turned a frown upside down there at the end and were able to pick up a couple more rounds. But 4, is that going to be enough against a team like Fnatic on this map? I don't believe so, and it's not just because it's against Fnatic. Mousesports just, you know, on this map historically, you know, in 2015 they haven't had great success on Mirage, and part of that is because the majority of the time they're getting less than 5 rounds. They don't have a great track record of winning. I believe the only match they've won on Mirage was actually against Virtus Pro, who beat up on them a little bit yesterday. But they ended up winning both pistol rounds, getting 13 rounds on their CT side. But 4 rounds I don't think is enough. More often than not, they've lost matches where they don't get over 5 rounds on the terrorist side. So didn't quite hit that number that we would like to see them at. And Fnatic's just a whole other beast, really.
Yeah, and that's one of the unfortunate things, you know, is like, talked to some of the CLG guys on day 1, and it was like, all right, so you're matched up against Fnatic in the first round. How do you guys feel about that? And some of them were like, some of them were really anxious and looking forward to it, but some of the other guys were just like, man.
Well, I said it as soon as we sat down here, and I also said it to the CLG guys. Why are you guys letting Fnatic play Mirage? And I was very confused why Mouz let this one through, and showing a little bit why Fnatic's just so strong on this map. And you know, this is really, this entire best of 3, they gave Fnatic a lot of maps they're good at, but Mirage especially to open things up on is pretty brutal. It's a tall task to go against as Mousesports.
Absolutely, and it does look like we're going to gear up here for an A hit on the pistol round from Fnatic. And this is going to be scary. Look at how passive they're playing on the Mouz side, and they picked up smokes here on the Fnatic side, so they're going to be smoking off and pushing up into this site. And you can see, I like that bank splash over the top there. And nobody is home here from the Mousesports side, and they're going to push straight on into CT spawn. That's really going to be on taps in here. Is he going to be able to take down Flusha, who's playing very aggressive? Pronax behind the ticket booth. They're going to counter flash out. Not going to be able to find anything thus far. JW draws first blood. Legia down and out. Taps him, not able to connect. JW and Meister going to work now. This is typical Fnatic. And look at this. They're flanking out through CT spawn. Pronax finds another one. And who is that down in CT spawn? That's Flusha. Meister steals it away, and that's going to leave it all on Gabi with 7 HP. He is all the way over here by the B bomb site hallways, and he's getting chased out by JW. And coming up the ladder, gets the kill, so not all for naught. Oh, there it is. Crims is going to finish him off. 12-4 now.
Right, but if you're going to play that passive retake strategy on a pistol round, you have to do some damage, especially as they enter into the bomb site, especially on a pistol round that can be so hard to clear that site out with just those pistols. And not only were they passive, but they were so passive, they gave so much room for Fnatic players to work with. Once they got into that bomb site, they were able to go through their own smokes. They got 1 kill, and that opened up the entire map to them. You saw them storming into jungle, into window room, flanking out into CT spawn. Just so much room, so much respect given to the Fnatic players from Mousesports, and just a little bit too passive. Not enough resistance there at that A site.
And you saw Nico actually pushing up in connector, trying to take a spot here, seeing if he can't figure out some information for his teammates here. Legia with the Desert Eagle on catwalk. He's been very lethal with this in the tournament. We've seen him pick off a couple of 1-digs, real nice shots. He's going to be inching up. Instantly headshot, though. Going to go for a little bit of a boost here as well. It's Chris J up on top of the boxes here on catwalk, just trying to spot anything or everything out here. See if he can't figure anything out. It does look like they are going to be exercising a little bit of mid control. Look at this, 3 members all the way up on top of the boxes at the backside of mid. Trying to spot out taps in there in the window room. Nico's still aggressive over here by the connector. Seeing if he can't spot anything out because he is all by his lonesome at the A bomb site. But 3 members of the CT force are in the B bomb site at the moment. It looks like they are going to slowly rotate on over towards the A bomb site. And this is the right call. Bomb is rotating back around through terrorist spawn, and we'll see whether or not Pronax decides to call this. And this is going to be kind of scary here for the Fnatic side if they actually do execute in.
Well, they've got to get pinch going. They have two players who have control of mid, so they're going to be able to have a double two-pronged attack. It's going to be up to JW clearing close left. Nico at an off angle, but not communicating it properly to Chris J. He does fall, but Chris J goes down, and Tapson actually chimes in out of Crims as well, so you're right. This is getting a little bit scary. There's another one. It's down to a 2-on-3, a 1-on-3. Nico with a beautiful headshot. Pronax, last one left, 21 HP. He's got the bomb in the sight, but only 10 seconds left to plant, and he's got to deal with two members of Mousesports who are being very, very aggressive. He is getting the bomb down as we speak, but he's boxed in, and Nico's just going to end things. A 4-kill for him that round.
Huge.
Absolutely beautiful eco round for Mousesports.
Yeah, and putting that 5-7 to work. A lot of people have been talking about in the past how the pistols are so overpowered in this game, and the 5-7 needs to get nerfed or anything like that. You might be able to make a bid for it after that round. That was some beautiful beautiful shooting from Nico there, picking up the quad on the eco round, and that's exactly what Mousesports needs to breathe a little bit of life into their CT side after losing that first. Well, they just did the same thing to Fnatic that Fnatic did to them in the first half.
Nico's had some absolutely beautiful rounds this tournament. He's playing very, very well here.
He's actually top fragging for Mouz now.
Right, young player. And even against Virtus Pro, he had some beautiful sequences. So doing a very nice job. And now he's going to get aggressive up middle. All of Fnatic is streaming into these B halls for a B hit, and that's a good call if they keep it up. They keep up that aggression and that speed, but they're not. They're gonna slow things down. Olaf is gonna be an underpass. He's gonna get taken out, but he does spot the mid push, and this might prompt the hit to come through this smoke for Fnatic. It's only got B over at the B site right now.
And he hasn't really been playing all that fantastic. And look at this, they're crouching under the window. This is a beautiful call. Oh no, he jumps up. And there it is. Gabi's gonna drop the bomb carrier, but they're already out by the van side. See if they can make anything happen. Legia from the catwalk trying to find JW. He does. Gabi chimes in again onto Crims, and that's going to leave it all on Flusha over here by the van, and the Deagle is not going to be all that effective as Chris J's AWP lays him out. And Mousesports get away with a clean round, and that bodes well for them late game for that money situation.
It absolutely does, and that op come out in Chris J's hands very, very quickly, very early on. And even without a plan on that round, it looks like Fnatic wants to buy up. They've got a Galil and Olafmeister, AK, and Pronax, and here come the rest of the rifles. Not a whole lot of utility to use. Only 2 smokes and some 5 flashbangs across the team. So see how they decide to do this. They're normally they take mid control. They take some kind of presence mid. This time they're all grouped up over towards the A bomb site, just getting ready to execute. And this is a great call at the moment. Tapson's all alone here. There are 3 Mousesports players playing that mid control, and Tapson gets caught out in the open, gets away without taking any damage. But now he's just got to delay and stay alive.
Chris J, though, from jungle is going to be able to find Flusha. Nice shot from him, and we're going to continue on here. JW completely blinded by the firebox. They're still trying to get in here. That Molotov going to do some good damage as well. That's basically an assist there for Nico from that Molotov. Of course, they need to make a graphic for that if you get an assist from your own Molotov. Gabi with a nade, and this retake is beautiful from Mousesports. They yielded the bomb site and came back over and just laid it out. Nico with another triple kill round.
Yeah, and part of that issue, the execute actually looked like you said, they gave it up, they yielded. It was a retake strategy, but part of the issue, Fnatic only 2 smokes. They chose to buy up a little bit early in that round. They didn't have a smoke to smoke off connector, so it was basically a battle the entire way. They just had to swing out and take those 50-50 gun battles in order to give their teammates some space to work with in the post-plant situation, and they weren't able to win them there. Chris J got a nice pick with the op, and that was the difference between retaking there in that round and retaking on the pistol round, that they got the man advantage before the bomb even got planted. So Chris J gives them an opening, gives them some room to breathe with, and they take advantage of it.
Now you might see your quick B strategy here. It is a save for Fnatic, and they're just going to barrel on through these B halls, and this is the right call. Look at this, Gabi blinded in the backside of the site. The nades and flashes rain over, and the jump down from the window. He's going to be in trouble here in a second. He's going to get completely swarmed on, but he drops the bomb carrier, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Olafmeister down. Nico chimes in onto JW, saves his teammate, and there it is, a flawless round from Mouz, and they do it in an exciting fashion. Gabi with the triple in the B bomb site. You love to see it.
And now this is going to start getting a little scary for Fnatic. They need to stop this this momentum that Mousesports has built up right now. 4 rounds in a row for them. They have a massive bank behind this. 9,400 on taps, and other players over 8,000. So they have a lot of room to work with in this comeback now. And Fnatic's got to find something. They're looking just as little confused on their terrorist side as Mousesports was earlier. Olafmeister goes for a pick, doesn't get it. Chris J wins it instead. Just narrowly missing these op shots as Olafmeister, and so much pressure is being put on. They're not able to get mid control, so Mousesports handling this very, very well, taking control of mid, not giving it up. Chris J wins another battle with Olaf, and Nico pushes up and grabs Crims. All of a sudden, it's a 5-on-2 for Mousesports.
Yeah, what a great job so far for Mouz. And look at this Flusher trying to lurk out here from the apartment halls. And Chris J again, the 3K for him. And that's going to leave it all on JW in the top side of mid. He's going to be able to find one, and he gets an AWP out of this. So watch out, though. Look at this. Legia on the lurk. He's done this so many times, and he's got to be careful, though. JW is watching that position. Oh, boy. Oh, man. So smart. JW.
And this is a 1-on-3, and he's got some time to work with, so he's going to come over here towards B or just drop into the underpass. But
he's making a lot of noise, though. Tabson, I believe, or Gabi on Catwalk probably heard that.
More than likely, and it does. I thought maybe he might try and go and see if he can grab one more pick relatively quickly before doing the save call, but looks like he's not even worried about going for this. He's just going to wait it out, keep that AWP for the next round, and that's probably a smart decision because they have to find some way that they need to take out Chris J. Chris J is starting to heat up with that AWP. He's establishing so much dominance across the map with his op. And if they're not able to take him out or at least neutralize him to allow them to take a bomb site, they're going to be in a lot of trouble going forward.
Absolutely, but now Mousesports within 3 rounds of tying it up here. 12 for Fnatic, 8 for Mousesports, about to be 9 here as time is dwindling down to the expiration date. And there it is, so Mousesports picking up their 9th round now, 3 rounds the difference, and we'll see whether or not they can continue to roll with this momentum, because if they can take Mirage off Fnatic, that puts them in a sensational position, because if it does go to a 3rd map, that 3rd map is Inferno, and they have played very well on Inferno so far this tournament. So we'll see whether or not that is going to happen here. But right now, Mouz looking really good. That's 5 in a row for him now.
Yeah, and Fnatic's got to get, they're losing to the things that they normally do very well, which is control mid, and they're not able to take that away from Mousesports when, as on defense, Mousesports is just handling that perfectly. Oh, what a beautiful nade on a JW. Catches it with his teeth down to 54 HP. He's going to get smoked off as well, going to try and pick off the jumper who's just trying to spot, but not going to be able to find anything.
Yeah, and you can see, actually, Pronax, they've decided to go down through the underpass again. You saw Olafmeister with success from that area before, and they are going to actually get some mid-control here on Fnatic's side. So this is already a better start from the Fnatic side than we've seen in the last couple of rounds. But Chris J just watching patiently for that boost, and they actually missed the smoke into window room on the Fnatic side. So he's going to be able to have free reign here. He knows that one just crossed on Catwalk. I believe that's Olafmeister. Yeah, he's going to go over by the window room and see if he can't make something happen. Maybe right behind the smoke on Catwalk. Maybe a pop flash through from a teammate or something of that sort, but Olafmeister is just going to bide his time here on Cat.
He's got one right on the other side of the smoke. That's Legia. And actually, the bomb looked like it was transferring into the B halls. Now it's going to come all the way back through T-spawn. So they've got Olafmeister. And that was all just to get him in that position where he can now cut off rotates from Catwalk, cut off rotates from window room, and also flank later on when this hit comes in. So if this A attack is successful, Olafmeister is in a perfect position to wreak havoc for his team.
Yeah, and I don't know if I really like this position from Nico. He should be able to pick off Flusha without any kind of a reply, but they're pushing straight up through Tetris, and Pronax and Sandwich is going to spot him out and take him down, so that's unfortunate. And Olafmeister, Flusha, they're all going to work. Chris J, though, misses the shot on, gets punished for it. Now Legia going to be on a 1v5. Only 4 seconds left. He was trying to get around and drop that bomb carrier, and that would have won the round for him, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to get there fast enough, and now Olafmeister and CT Spawn's going to be able to clean that up. So 13 rounds now for Fnatic, and that was a good-looking round for them.
It was, and I'm expecting this round of Mousesports to go back to that aggressive mid-control because they actually chose not to do it that round. They kind of gave up that mid-control for free over to Fnatic, who had been having so much trouble taking it for themselves. So Mousesports plays a little bit of a different setup, tries to give them a different look, and Fnatic exploits it very, very well based off having so much room to work with in middle.
And again, you can see actually Fnatic doing the same thing as Mouz was doing in the beginning. Nails the smoke that time. No miss on that one. So that bomb dropped all the way back in T-spawn, but JW opening things up. He's going to be able to find that pick. That's the B-Halls. Chris J down, so the AWP's out of the hands of the Mousesports side.
And Chris J did that exact thing to JW in the first half, so JW gets a little bit of revenge there. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Absolutely. So looking to put their 14th round on the board is Fnatic. They get the opening pick. The bomb's still stagnant over there in T-spawn. The number 6 man, Flusha, is over there underneath the Palace. Just seeing if they're going to get too aggressive here for their own good. And actually pushing out now. I think he might have spotted Pronax down there. That smoke, though, is going to fall back over towards the window room side and maybe try to watch for this push. But Olafmeister is right around the corner here with that M4 up on Catwalk. Pop flash into the ladder room. He's going to go for it. See if he can spot out one in the window room. That's Nico. Doesn't see anything just yet, so.
Bomb's still back in T-spawn as well.
Yeah.
They did. This is basically the same exact strategy we're seeing once again. They put Olaf in the exact same spot. Now they come back to T-spawn for the bomb, and now they're going to group up for this A hit. And once again, it's Tapson under balcony, but two players are over more towards mid, and one seems to, I mean, they're spread so thin because they're a man down, but now the footsteps are coming out from Flesha, so all the rotations are going to come into A here.
And it's all going to be on Tapson here. Pronax just runs straight into Sandwich, and he does the same thing again. It's a different angle, but he gets it done. Just running straight on in. Nico, though, is going to be able to find one. Can he get the second one? Yes, he can, and a third as well. One bullet left in the M4. Gets it done. Olafmeister going to get taken out here by
Saved
Legia.
the round. No time left.
Yep,
no time left. Round's over. Now JW is trying in the side. He does get one.
Whoa, scary. That was scary.
And I believe that was just quick enough for him to not get punished. He does still have $3,000, but what a beautiful, another great round from Nico there, just getting those kills, 3 kills with 1 clip and delaying the plant long enough for it to come in. Fnatic's really slow playing this strategy, and while it's been effective, you know, running down the clock that low, there are other dangers to it. Nico exploits it. That puts another AWP in Chris J's hands, and none in JW's or Olafmeister's on Fnatic's side, so nothing to counteract that long-range distance weapon of Chris J.
Well, the best part about that is they actually missed that smoke on CT spawn. It gave it a little bit of a crack there, and that was all that Nico needed to punish him for it. And punish him he did, but JW, that was a little scary there at the end. He hit the first shot, and he was actually 360 to round. If he would have been able to get that shot off, it might have been a little bit of a different story. I don't know if he would have gotten it off before round expired, but very scary for the CT side of Mouz there. But Chris J's AWP is true. Off of Catwalk's going to find one, trying to push up the connector, and now it looks like they're just going to creep over towards this B bomb site and go for a little bit of a split. And Legia is going to be over here. Can he hold it down? Gabi does find a headshot onto Krems, but that's all he's going to get. JW does take him down, and now it's all going to be on Chris J over here. He's got the 5-7 out. Can he make it happen? And Nico again chimes in, and there it is. Chris J dropping JW, and we now have a ball game, 13-11 for Fnatic.
Yeah, what a fantastic performance we're seeing out of Mousesports here. They've stepped everything up, and they're taking it right to Fnatic. You know, first half of this defensive side for Mousesports is all about that mid control that they exerted. They punished Fnatic whenever Fnatic tried to take it as terrorists. And now they've played a little bit more passive, and they're letting Chris J, who's catching fire here, they're letting him open rounds up for him. They're giving him, you know, free reign to roam around the map and find picks for him, and he's doing it wonderfully. He's going to get another chance here, and he hits the shot. Olafmeister goes down. They keep testing this up, and he's proving why that he's a force to be reckoned with here in middle. Absolutely,
making a bid for one of the top offers in the world. It's Chris J, and he's done it so well online, and everybody, you know, the old nickname Online J, but he's been showing that he's on LAN J. I love everything that I'm seeing, but Krems makes him pay, going for the jump peek for the underpass pick, and he's not going to be able to survive that one as P250 bullet right to the cranium. That's going to be it for him this round 4-on-4 situation. It is an eco round here from Fnatic, and they do have 3 Glocks and a P250, so very difficult situation for them to try to walk away with a round victory here. So we should be looking, hypothetically, if things go the way that they should on paper, Mousesports should get their 12th round, and we should be within 1. Nico from the window room to be looking for one at the top side of mid. That's going to be JW. That bomb, again, this is almost reminiscent of the same strat that they did in their gun round. Go all the way back over to T-spawn, pick up the bomb, and work it back over towards A. The number 7-man JW's lurking around. Krems does get caught in the B halls. And now look at this. Nico's going to go ahead and peek out. The Glock spam comes out. The aim punch too strong. And now it's going to be on Tapson over here at the A bomb site. Spots out one crossing. That's going to be Flesha. They still don't know that he's over here. Spots one at Firebox. And he's going to go ahead and drop that bomb carrier. And somehow Flesha gets the Glock headshot onto Nico.
That's an AWP in his hands. He can do a little bit more damage with the aim punch. Gabi takes him a nice angle, ends it.
So 13-12 now, Moses. And this one's a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be after that first half.
Oh, yeah, easily, definitely. I mean, me as well. I thought this was going to be over relatively quickly. And Mousesports is just showing us a different level here with Nico playing the way he is right now, stepping things up. The young player coming up huge for his team. Chris J, Fnatic still hasn't figured out how to consistently neutralize him. He's still opening up rounds so well for Mousesports. Fnatic has no response. And once again, this time they're just going to come over to an execute over at the A site. They're going to slow things down a little bit more structured than we're used to seeing from Fnatic, not taking any map control, and this is going to be a very quick execute. All this smoke's coming out at 1:30. And here we go.
Yep, and going and pushing straight on in, and this is going to be on Tapson, who's underneath the balcony. He drops the flashes in the firebombs. He's going to go for the peek out. He's going to find damage on a Pronax, but he can't get it done just yet. Let's see if they can do anything. Nico, 1, 2. Can he get some more? Looking for another one. Tapson does chime in finally onto Pronax. Krems goes back into him, so we are down to a 2 versus 3. Make that a 1 versus 3. And Nico with the quad kill. Not in my house, he says. Man, he is playing lights out. 30 and 15.
Yeah, and absolutely fantastic shots from him. And you got to give credit to tabseN playing underneath the balcony, put under so much pressure, taking some gun battles, but living that entire time underneath balcony, just stays alive and attracts so much attention from Fnatic. That's what allows Nico to get those first 2 kills pretty much for free. But then the shots after that were just gorgeous, and he's having 30 and 15. That's a couple quad kills now in this match for him.
And the thing that's crazy is only 8 kills for tabseN and LAN, and basically the carry from Chris J and Nico right now. And not to take anything away from Gabi, because he's doing a sensational job as well, but it looks like we're going to be seeing a B hit gearing up here from the terrorist side to try to get something going, and this is on Gabi, so he's going to have to step up. He's done it a couple of times in the past at this B bomb site, but look at how far away the rest of his teammates are. You've got one pushed up here in window room, you've got one in connector and one pushed up in mid, so if this hit comes out, they might be able to get that bomb down, get that B control, get good post-plant positions, as well as an M4 out of this. They don't have armor, but they have 5 nades on the terrorist side.
Yeah, and they have a plan for where they want to throw those. They're just waiting to have any kind of indication. They do see him there. That's going to cause the grenades to come out pretty soon. It looks like they want to just clear out jail with these grenades, but they haven't tossed them quite yet.
So, all right, there goes all the nades over towards Van, and we're going to see the push coming out. And there it is. Chris J is actually going to draw first blood. They waited too long on this push, and they allowed the rotation. Nico gets in on the action. That's 1. That's 2. Gabi prevents the plant. Chris J cleans it up, and that's going to be a 14 and 13 scoreline now. What a great job from them. Pardon me for 1 second.
Mousesports putting themselves in a fantastic position to steal away this first map. So
sorry.
Absolutely wonderful stuff out of them so far, and they've got to keep it up here. So they have the lead now, and it's still Nico at 32 and 15, Chris J 23, and I believe that was 18.
Yes.
And those 2 players got to be 16 and 18 as well. So what's the response going to be this time from Fnatic? Because the only gun round they've really had success on is when they were able to lurk olofmeister into that window room. And actually, here's some mid pressure from Mousesports. Not giving up on anything. Nico's going to win that battle. olofmeister trades him out, and Pronax chimes in, but a 3rd player, Legia from window room, so throwing some of Fnatic's own setups at it right back at him.
Yeah, and beautiful trade work there from both sides. I mean, they got the trade on Nico in middle, and that's a big player to have down. tabseN went down as well. That bomb again, they're going to circle back around from the terrorist spawn, try to pick up that bomb, and now it's going to be, look at how spread out the CTs are, though. Right,
well, here's another scary part for Fnatic is that 3-on-3, only JW with 1 smoke, so they're going to have to choose which part they want to block off, because Chris J with this op is going to be able to find gaps. If they choose the wrong way, he's going to have just pretty much free reign to continuously re-peek. And actually, they're just, he gets taken down 24. JW, nice shot, so they find the offer. They wait to find him. And nade takes out Chris J, and then Pronax cleans up another one. He's been a beast entering into this A bomb site, all down to Gabi in a 1-on-2.
And Gabi's going to be rotating all the way around some connector spots out. Pronax, what can he do? 1 in terror, 1 in CT spawn, and Flusha just hiding in the site. There's the flashbang out. There's Flusha from the site, so we're tied up 14 all now. What a hell of a match.
Absolutely, and coming down this late into the half, 2 rounds left in it. Money's not so much an issue for Mousesports at the moment. They had so much banked up, and they're going to be able to be comfortable for these last 2 rounds no matter what. And Fnatic, that was a great round from them. I pointed out only 1 smoke. JW playing it so smart, taking that risk, just flying up a ramp. Chris J missing that op shot. Once he finds him, then he deploys the smoke for his team. And once again, same type of strategy from Fnatic. 1 player over at 8 just to watch for pushes. Bombs dropped in T-spawn, and they're going to work this underpass. But Legia pushes it, able to take out Pronax. JW trades it back. More mid-pressure, but they've got to be careful. They're getting forced back. Chris J hits 1, but he gets traded out. There's some fantastic trades from Fnatic as they take mid control. They take player count control, 3-2. tabseN's got that auto sniper. He's looking at the smoke. He knows JW's in there. He's tagged him once, but someone lurks out the halls. That's Flusha. He drops tabs. The A bomb site is wide open for Fnatic, and now the bomb streams in.
JW's not even going to give Gabi the time of day. He takes him down, and now Fnatic at map point. Are we going to see overtime? The money on the CT side isn't bad. They're going to get a full, pretty healthy buy out of this. And again, Fnatic, those trades. We talked about how good both of these teams are at trading, and Fnatic showing their stuff there in the top side of mid. Able to take down Chris J after that AWP frag. Didn't let him get anywhere, try to recover his position or anything like that. So, man, 15-14. This is a hell of a way to start off the day, Moses. I'm excited for what's going to come after this.
Yeah, exactly. And you're seeing the effects. Mousesports dropping out of a lot of events, a lot of leagues to prepare for this specific event. You can see why they're looking great. Chris Dre's on point, Nico's on point as well. Both of them get some entries, so 5-on-3, trying to force overtime. They have a huge advantage in this last round.
Yeah, and if we go to OT, there's Tabson onto Flusha. That's the apartments or the A lurk down and out, and that bomb all the way in the backside of the B hall. So look at this, Nico and Pronax right on the other side here. But man, could it be a 5-man stand? They're going to go for the push here, and Pronax going to get spotted. Oh no, he didn't see him. Pronax going to find that frag. That is so unfortunate, giving each other smooches over in the connector, and they couldn't get it done. But Pronax going to pick up a second one. Surely he cannot get this ace, and there it is. Leggy is going to find him, and we're headed to overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
what a hell of a matchup.
A wonderful performance from Mousesports as well in a match that, I didn't think they would be even in the running for. And here they are showing up, and Nico has been a massive player for them. Some fantastic performances in these rounds. Chris J's been a beast, just a force to be reckoned with. And Fnatic, it looked like towards the end, Fnatic was finally starting to figure out some ways to counteract it. They had that setup where they would send 2 underpass, 2 at the top of mid, and 1 just watching over towards A, and they would take that mid control with some beautiful trades. They finally got used to Mousesports being there and winning those battles that, they figured out how to counteract that, and it just came a little bit late for them to win the match, so it is going to go into overtime, and this is unbelievable. What more do these guys have for us?
Oh, man, I'm hoping it's some more awesome 4K rounds from Nico. That guy has been playing like an absolute monster throughout this matchup. Chris J, he's been consistent in the last couple of matches that we've seen. When they played against CLG last night, we saw him doing significant work on Dust 2 they played on with the Scout and the AWP. If he can continue to dominate like that with the AWP in this matchup, it's going to put them in a really good position here on Mousesports, because Olaf Meister hasn't been able to get the scoped rifle going. JW, he was strong in the first half, but he really didn't get a lot going on the second half. It was mostly on the back of Flusha playing extremely well in the beginning parts of the first half that kind of kept Fnatic rolling with that momentum.
Well, also, some of the rounds, the majority of the rounds they won, Pronax was doing a fantastic job entering up into the A bomb site, finding Tabson, in the site or under the balcony, getting some of those kills to allow him in. And it was finally Nico who had to rotate over and kind of shut that bomb site down, and here we are going live into overtime.
And here's the thing. Mouz gets to start on the CT side of the first half of overtime, and that could be the best case scenario for them, because they weren't really able to get much going in the gun rounds of the terrorist side. Now, we saw the same thing happen to Fnatic. They won the pistol round, they lost the eco afterwards, and then a whole mess of rounds went by the wayside the way of Mouz. So we're going to see whether or not it's really going to be who's going to win 2 rounds on the terrorist side is probably going to win this.
Look how intelligent this buy is from Mousesports. Chris J with the expensive AWP. There's only 10,000 start money, so he doesn't buy very many nades or even a kit behind it. And they all have light armor just to preserve the money. They know that damaging your economy with only 3 rounds and Flusha opens things up. But a Chris J, that's a huge kill to get. You talked about Flusha being massive. He gets 2 entries here for Fnatic. A bomb site's pretty much open. Tabson's going to swing out, but JW brings him down. And it's just a 5-on-2 now. Legia, not much he can do here.
And this is the exact start that Fnatic is going to want here. They're going to opt to save on the Mouz side, which is the smart choice to do here, because they want to try to keep Chris J fed with that AWP. But Flusha, wow, man.
Not having any of it this round.
Not at all. He has come out swinging in overtime. That's a big triple for him in the opening round. And 2 of those were entry frags into that A-bomb site, as well as JW holding off that Tabson swing. And that's just going to...
They're aggressively hunting down God B, and this JW, he's going to find him. So Fnatic starting things off, letting Mousesports know that it's not going to be so easy in overtime here. And that's where that first round buy came in so huge for Mousesports. They, most of them not having head armor, choosing to play a little bit of the money game. That's going to allow Chris J to have an op in this round. If he had bought full armor, if he had bought all the nades that he could have, he might not have been able to afford that gun. But here he is with it in his hands, and he's got to be careful Flusha just doesn't execute him, again, just right off the bat.
Well, they're gearing up for that same strategy, and Tabson's going to be in the same position again. Now, they didn't see this at first. He did swing on him after the first couple of frags went out. But here's an interesting fact. Look at the score line on the Fnatic side. Not that big of a spread from top to bottom, but you've got 34-9 on the Mouz side. So Fnatic playing a little bit more organized, a little bit closer. At least everybody's contributing a little bit more. And on the adverse side, it's been all Nico and Chris J. And let's see if Tabson can make anything happen here. They are going to be incurring in towards this A bomb site. So he's got to come up huge. He's going to be able to find one. He drops the bomb carrier. JW around the corner. Chris J chimes in. Finally, Flusha comes around from behind and takes him down, so it is going to be a 3-on-3 situation now as that bomb works its way in, but Krim's pushing all the way down into CT spawn. This is going to be difficult for the CT side to retake. They still haven't worked up and gotten that bomb into the bomb site. Flusha is going to find Legia, and that's really Chris J here in Connector. He's going to come under some pressure here in a second. Flusha getting spammed up. They might be able to take him down if they keep wallbanging this. Oh, that nade though. Oh my goodness. JW, the ever aware, going to be able to pick that up. And I said the first team to win 2 rounds on the terrorist side, it's going to take this. Well, Fnatic already has there too.
Well, they might win 3. This is kind of destroyed the economy of Mousesports in the overtime. And you got to say, Flusha stepping up massively here in this overtime with huge entry kills for his team, huge mid-round kills to allow teammates, JW able to get up the ramp. Tapson was really delaying them very, very effectively. And Flusha even clears that out for his teammates. So beautiful performance from him so far in these extra rounds.
Oh, and they see Legia dropping down into underpass, so he's really going to have to resign that position. Oh, never mind. Nate comes in, Meister takes him down. Yeah, he doesn't even have a chance. He only sees one for 5 seconds into the round. 10 seconds have only passed, and we've already got our first fatality in the match. So Nico, what can you do? You're sitting here behind this smoking connector. You do have one right around the corner. That's going to be Pronex. Flusha again chimes in onto Tapson. Still looking for some more damage here, but Olafmeister up, pushing up on Catwalk. Chris J with the familiar Bulldozer MP9. I called it. I know it, man. He's so good with that damn gun, too. That's the scariest part about it. But Fnatic being so strong, picking off all the players, and then they know exactly where to work after that's done. And Olafmeister's going to make sure that there's no chance at them trying to retake this one in a 2 versus 4. He's already made it a 1 versus 4, and that's going to leave it all on Krims. Or pardon me, on Chris J here. He finds Pronax. And that's all he's going to get. Krims is going to be able to take him down. So a flawless side, a flawless half for Fnatic. 3 rounds. I mean, they were only able to get 4 rounds in regulation, and they get 3 in the overtime.
Yeah, and that wasn't even really anything tactically that they did the counteracted. They ran that same strategy, or the same setup 2 rounds in a row on both gun rounds, and it was basically just Flusha going man mode. The individual performance that Nico and Chris J have had in that second half to really pull Mousesports into it and force overtime, then it was Flusha's turn to have his individual performance and really carry his team through the overtime, and that's what you want out of your big-time players. And
yeah, and what better time to do it
than
Flusha
stepping up massively there.
Yeah. Man mode. 1 man, 1 mode. I like it. I'm going to start using that. Can I use that? Man
Sure.
mode? Thanks, Moses.
I don't have a trademark yet.
Okay, cool. No copyright infringement there. Man mode. I like it a lot. All right, well, just waiting for him to ready up here. Gabi probably just talking things over for a minute with his teammates, trying to figure out what they want to do on their terrorist side, because if they want to stay in this to force double OT, they have to be flawless on this half, which means that we are on map point for Fnatic, potentially 3 map points just to go to double OT. So MR3 is the name of the game here. For those of you who aren't familiar with the way that overtime works, or the way that ESEA's overtime works, it's basically the same as the majors. MR3, first team to get 4 rounds is the ones that are going to be walking away with this victory. So Fnatic, they are on map point right now. They need to get to 19 in order to solidify this. Mousesports, they need to get to 18 to push it to double OT, and then we'll be looking at 22 rounds for the victory margin. So Olafmeister, though, he's wasting no time. Picks up the Scar 20. Double scope setup here. We didn't see it from Fnatic in the first half of this matchup, so a little bit of a kink in the think here. They're
that's a huge investment in the first round of overtime, and that just tells you Fnatic wants to get this one over with, so they bring out the big guns right off the bat.
Yeah, you can see not a lot of money left for them, so if they both lose their lives between JW and Olafmeister, that is a very costly investment into this round. Look at how slow the terrorist side are playing this. They're very spread out as well. They've got one, just Gabi, sitting here waiting for that mid push to come around. They've got Legia waiting for this B Halls push. Chris J supporting that middle. Nico watching for A ramp, and Tapson over here just checking out Palace. So not a lot of action to be seen just yet, and it looks like it's going to be a group up and try to smash a bomb site here in the late game, and it looks like that bomb site is probably going to be A. They're going to smoke off the top side of mid, or at least window room.
Yeah, but that's not going to do much. Fnatic actually doesn't have any player in window room. They have Flusha, who's pushed up on Catwalk, ready to peek. They also have Krims and Connector, who's going to try and peer over that smoke, but the big hit is going to come towards Olafmeister. Krims gets 1, but Olafmeister's auto sniper's got to come up huge.
And there it is. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and that's all he needed to do. This is going to be going the way of Fnatic unless Legia can do something absolutely spectacular. 16 seconds left. He's on the wrong side of the map. Flusha finishes it off. A flawless overtime for the Fnatic side. They get it done 4 rounds in a row for them in the first match.